No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. But you can imagine what it'd be like if they did, right? Huh? Huh? Everybody on? Good. Great. Grand. Wonderful. No yelling on the bus!
Hi guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf, and I can't sit here and pretend like today wasn't a massive letdown. Welcome. No, I guess just, I'm sorry guys if you thought that, we were kind of leading you on here, or if this was, a little, like the hype got a little out of hand. It's just one of those things where it looked like a lot of stuff lined up for Frontier to have a big bang today, and it didn't happen. There was no really world premiere, so I think we can take that as, we read into those articles a week ago a little too much. It was just Warhammer stuff, so that's kind of all it ended up being. It was just a kind of like a Warhammer plug. Of course, the video's kind of closer to today, the ones over the weekend, and as we got later on in the week and we started learning more information kind of about Frontier's involvement, all signs kind of indicated that it was just going to be Warhammer. Full disclosure, you guys know I don't give a crap about Warhammer, but at the same time, I kind of hate to sit here and dog it, kind of like I did a couple days ago when I said, absolutely no one gives a shit about Warhammer. That's kind of, that's, if it's true or not, I saw one of my buddies that works at Frontiers, a motion capture artist, does a lot of the trailers for Planet Zoo and F1, Joseph. Big shout out to Joseph. And, probably doesn't watch these videos or anything like that, but I noticed he sent out a tweet just a day ago when they were kind of hyping up Warhammer, and he said, really super proud of this trailer. It was my first one that, I think he said it was like the first trailer that he actually like had the lead on, and it was all of, it was like, he took the lead on that Warhammer trailer that he created. Super proud of it. Should be. And I just thought it was kind of, look, hindsight's 2020, of course. I'm like, man, there are a lot of people that work on Warhammer that would hear that and probably think I am a massive douche. So I guess we'll preference this with saying, no disrespect to Warhammer or the Frontier devs that are working on that. It's just not my cup of tea. I just think that, I guess personally, I just think that Frontier resources could be put to better use than kind of worrying about, Warhammer licenses and gotta kind of catching a couple months of that. But yeah, no Planet Coaster. It is now 7:11 p.m. on the 23rd, 7-11. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to apologize and say that if we come across all this past week as overhyping it and getting people's hopes up, we were just kind of running on information that seemed like it was coinciding with a release announcement, or just a hey, this is under development announcement, with finding out about the planetcoaster2.com that I know now you guys say has been around since February 2018. I never even thought to look at that when Andy tweeted that to me. Whichever one of you all tweeted that to me, that was the first time I had ever heard of it. And then Andy, sent me the link about the management simulation floor booth at Gamescom. And then, of course, we got the Planet Coaster 2 Instagram. It just kind of and plus, Frontier has such a relationship with announcing games at Gamescom. It's like they won't show up to a lot of the things, especially particularly American based shows and stuff. They don't typically have a huge presence unless like a Jurassic World or something's coming out, but they always typically, because it's right in their backyard, it's just hop, skip, and a jump and they can be there. So they've always had, since like 2014, 2015, a really good Gamescom relationship with announcing their new major titles. And it just wasn't in Planet Coaster 2's cards. And I guess we have to preference this as saying, you have to remember, we don't have any confirmation that Planet Coaster 2 is even a thing. Like, this is all purely speculative and, speculation driven. A lot of us want Planet Coaster 2 to happen, but there's been no indication of that actually even being in development. We just have a couple things to go off of that say, hiring for the Planet franchise. But it just goes back to Frontier just always being super secretive. They definitely just do things on their own time. I will tell you, I was telling a couple of people on Twitter, like, I almost shit my pants when Park Beyond jumped in and did like their 30-minute weird little update trailer. So that was kind of like, holy shit, it's happening. And then it was just Park Beyond. So, just kind of sucks. It seems like all the work that, you all put in and we put in to help me, kind of research this and get these videos out were kind of for nothing now. Besides making me look like a big jackass. That kind of, jumped the gun on all this. But I guess it's like I said, now that Gamescom's out of the way, there's nothing big again until December 7th, when they do the Game Awards. They will do the Jeff Keighley and his whole production have been pretty cool about doing world premieres at that. But I just think, I guess now at this point, a couple of you were telling me maybe Frontier wants this to be all about Planet Coaster 2 in respect to an announcement. And it makes sense. Maybe they didn't want a game being announced like this and only having, a minute to a minute and a half of a Gamescom Future Games Showcase spotlight. Which besides Tiny Glade, I think totally sucked balls. That was not an interesting show at all. Of course, I'm saying that now that, Planet Coaster 2 wasn't featured, but just as a whole, I will never even, some of those games we will never even hear about again. It was just a goofy show. It just wasn't any real substance to it. And it was, like I said, it was just a bunch of goofy games that I know I'll never touch, never look up again, and probably never even hear about again. But yeah, this sucks a little bit. I thought we were onto something, I guess maybe like you guys said, maybe it's just not ready. And so much of this shit, especially with Frontier, with having shareholders and stuff, so much of this shit has to do with quarters and, when you're going to drop news to be able to present to shareholders. It's a bunch of bullshit like that. A lot of it's not fan driven because, if it was fan driven, they would at least give us a heads up that, hey, we hear you, this is being worked on, but this shit is for the shareholders. They hold the shit back until they think that they can present it in the best kind of lineup and quarter possible. And that's just what it is. I mean, I guess you can argue that, but, it's a business. That's how businesses run. Same with the theme park world, that's why you always think like when certain rides are being developed or worked on and they're not announced till like the day of a specific quarter starting or like they don't open it for months and months and months until a new quarter starts. So much of this shit is just about shareholders and profit margins and all that. Because obviously, Planet Coaster 2, they're sitting on a gold mine. Thousands and thousands of people would be in line to buy that. But it just has to mesh with what financial advisors tell them, what upper management tells them, whatever they think is going to be the best time frame to get that kind of news out. That's just what happens with these deals. So they'll announce it when they're ready. I'm pretty sure it's being developed. Just kind of all the, like the back end stuff we've seen, and, the handles and the websites and the different trademarks and stuff. So, we just might have to wait it out a little bit. And it's like I said on Twitter, I'm sure we'll be sitting here randomly one day and they'll announce it, and like 50 of you all will message me asking me if I saw it. But yeah, just a little bit of a letdown. I don't know where we'll go from here as far as covering Planet Coaster 2. I guess we could take a lighthearted approach and, maybe from time to time, pop back in and just see what your all's thoughts are on development and stuff. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, like I said, a little bummed. I know this was a little ranty, but as always, still let me know your thoughts down below. A lot of you guys were saying don't get too hyped up for this. So we tried to keep it in check, but, we're excited about this stuff. And, it's another thing, too, like when you see all of these game companies, announcing sequels and new games and all of this stuff happening, and then Frontier being Frontier. Quiet, secretive, nothing. Just, it seems like the months just passed by and nothing. F1 and Warhammer. So, anyways, I'm gonna get off here before I really get into a tear. But yeah, guys, if you haven't caught up, there is no Planet Coaster 2 announcement today. And I guess we'll just kind of keep our ears up and listen for news, see if anything happens. I'm really getting excited for City Skylines 2 and Starfield. So, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf. As always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.